people are trying to shove science down people's throats, but you have to reinforce them into it. You have to show them, like, oh, how this can make a difference.
Meet them where they're at,
Yeah, and then say, oh, by the way, here's the science behind that. Oh, there's science behind that? Yeah, but there's science behind everything you're doing. So you have to reinforce them into it, and I really, really feel like that's what you guys have done, man.
Prior to going through this process, I would always look at, I felt like there was a day where I felt like I worked really hard. No, I did work really hard. And I engaged in a lot of behavior, but then, 12, 14 hours later, I'm just like, what did I really get done? Another issue that Carl also brought up is these unproductive meetings. I found 2 other funny clips that I wanted to share. So this 2-hour meeting was almost as productive as a single email. So there are so many times that I'm sitting there and I take copious notes, and then I'm very big on summarizing my notes afterwards, and then I'm looking, I'm like, this was a text message. This whole thing, like, that's all that I did. This was an entire text message. Another funny one is, we'll continue having lots of meetings until we find out why no work is getting done. So besides being really bored at these meetings, another issue is just how much damage is happening. The revenue that's lost because all the people who are in this meeting are all getting paid for not completing their job. And then how many people now are not satisfied? So if you have any employees, are you getting lots of turnover because you're working for a company where there's nothing happening, or they feel like they're working really hard, but nothing's really coming out of it? And the same thing with customer satisfaction. Like, is there now issues in terms of the integrity or the quality of the program, and now clients are leaving to go to another organization? So it's, besides being boring, there's other ramifications that are going to help, that are not going to help the business be sustainable.
And then Sweet T-Rex is just gonna, somehow
creep in there with a camera and do my thing the whole time.
Sweet Tizzles. He did one time. He put a T-Rex in his thing. Yeah. What do you think? Sweet T. What else should we do? Anything tonight? Keep you out of trouble.
I think it's
Drink.
Keep me out of trouble. That's the goal.
Drink some Tito's.
I've found over 15 years of running this company and 30 years in the industry, and I truly, truly, truly believe down in my heart that people have a certain niche or skill set. They're better at it than anyone else. They're literally better at it than anyone else. Every one of you in this room has one thing that is highly valued, and you may not have uncovered it yet, but when you find your niche, you're not working. Does that make sense? You're gonna have people that are lifelong, die-hard employees because they're fulfilling, even if it's 20% of their day, they're doing something they love. And if you can figure out a way to tap into that. These are just some consultants of ours and some employees. These aren't all employees, but we find people have different niches. Kate Rice, who I see here, started studying ACT, and now she's in the middle of developing an employee wellness program using ACT and using that internally because we're having 550 so employees. It's a way we can really give them another option. That's her niche. We have down below, that's my stepson severely on the autism spectrum, and his therapist, Jason Douglas, created a group called it's like a salsa group where they use behavior analysis it's really cool. They create little task analyses and footprints on the ground, showing the kids where they put their feet, and that's his niche. I feel like Jason may want to be with the organization a long time as a result of finding what he loves. They can't always get paid for it, but if you can monetize it and then get a return on investment, then it's worth it. You've heard the staggering statistics of people having to leave when you lose an employee, how much it costs to replace them. It's ridiculous. Find your niche. The one on the right here, this gentleman who's really buffed on the left, not the right. Mark Bradley, he was just asked to be on the cover of a magazine in Southern New Jersey, and that was for a group he called, that you mentioned, Movement Matters. He created a group using behavior analysis and Leanna Ficciatola to work on inspiring employees and kids with applied behavior analysis. To me, it was tremendous.